Welcome back to Fantabulous Bags, where we do product development sketches for handbags and sometimes hats. And someone asked for gloves, so I might do that next week. But anyway, I found this. It's kind of a cute, tiny mini backpack, and it's made with this really wacky, iridescent, semi-clear PVC. You can see it's got like pockets and all sorts of fun things. And I'm going to try to draw this, and then we're going to take it on to the computer. And we're going to play with different texture maps. But first, let's draw the actual backpack, and then we'll go on to from there. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Let's measure it like we usually do with our measuring tape to give us an idea of what the proportion is. Okay, so it's 8.5 by 10.5. Okay, so let's see. And it has kind of like, you have to see this kind of like tapering towards the top. The side is pretty straight, and it's got a pocket. Okay, so let's go for it. Okay, and it's got this extra pocket here, and a main compartment, and a front zip pocket. All right, so let's take this little fella and put it over here. And what did I say? 8.5? Okay, here we go. So let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna grab our junky old pencil, and we're gonna start. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my metal ruler, which I like. Now I could just go with 10.5, go from centimeters to inches. You could do that. Let's do that. Okay, so let me just, this is a mini backpack, obviously. It's not like, I'm gonna add a couple of centimeters just to give myself some room. So here we said 8.5. Okay, there. Okay, I'm gonna do 10.5. I'm just kind of using, okay, so now we have to try to figure on getting ourselves, I'm doing a 3/4. I usually do 3/4 for product development just because it makes life easier. You can sort of give, you could do a complete, full frontal, sounds a little bizarre, but a full frontal handbag sketch. And the corners on this never are perfect because PVC does not work like a regular woven. So it's like the corners are going to be like jutted in a little bit. Okay, so now we have the idea. I think actually I want to make it even a little bit more tapered. So I'm going to do that. Let's do that. A little more tapered in there. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. It tapers in a little bit more. Remember, at the pencil stage, you can do whatever you want, change whatever you want. It's a perfect time to make your decisions on what the look of it is. Don't get married to anything until you're sure of the silhouette. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves the 3/4 view angle. So we're going to go here. Actually, it's a pretty wide one. I'm going to measure that puppy up. Let's see. Let me see where the end of my tape measure is. Okay, so this is actually measuring, without the zip pocket, it is 4.5. Okay. So it's not going to be exact because it is a 3/4 view, and you're going to add the numbers after, but it's kind of a chunky little backpack. Okay, so we get that in there. Okay. Next we're going to go, has the pocket detail over here. So we're going to put the pocket detail in there. Okay. So we also have very little kind of a zipper, completely front opening zipper pocket. This is like a teenage girly kind of a bag. And so it has a zipper that goes kind of down till here and there. And then give ourselves there. Very nice. Okay. So now we have this. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to measure from the top of the bag to the top of the front zip pocket. All right. Oh, so that would be 4. Okay, so let's go there. Okay, so what I did before was I just added. So like that. Okay. So now that pocket also had a tapered look. What do I have under here? Okay. That pocket also had a little bit of a tapered look. Obviously, you're going to try to get the appearance of kind of crunchy plastic when you're drawing. That means that some edges are going to be a little bit squared off, where if it was a woven material, it would be more rounded and stuff like that. Okay, so the next, it's about an inch. It's got like an inch gusset, this little front pocket. It sticks out. It sticks out here. There. Okay. So this corner is going to be crunchy, kind of crunched in a little bit. And then here, let's go here. Try to capture the idea of the fabric. Like if, for example, you're drawing a dress and it's a chiffon, obviously you're going to make it nice and kind of airy and flowing. Something that's more, you know, polyester-y, depending. I mean, leathery is going to be a little bit more stiff, but still very buttery feeling. All right, here we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our, has these, what we should do, if you're doing product development, you should really go ahead and copy the shape of the zipper pull. If you actually have, sometimes they'll send you a PDF of the zipper pull. You could just plop it on to your sketch on the computer, which is great. But not always will you have that luxury. Sometimes you have to draw it yourself. So you just draw it in there. This one has a double zip pull here. So let's go for it. Do this double zip pull. I can actually talk when I get enough sleep. Okay, here. So we have one here. And then we have another one here. And let's go there. Yeah, I'm drawing on top of each other. It's kind of annoying. You can erase it if you really want to see what it looks like, but you don't have to. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, let me see, did I go back and forth? No. Okay, let's see. So we already have our front, and now we're going to do the zipper compartment, the main compartment. It has a zipper a little bit forward. It's about a ½ inch forward, not centered, which is fine. Let me see. And they, in fact, did do a double zip. Okay, that's good enough. It's good. Good quality. Okay, so let's put our double zip. We'll put one way and one the other so that they're not overlapping. It's usually the way they're drawn. Well, they go all over the place because, you know, there's zip pullers. Okay. And then we're going to put this over here. All right, so there we have our body. Now we also have this nylon webbing handle and kind of funny looking shoulder straps. I think I'm actually going to put on a light here to see if this helps. No, it does not. Okay, here. All right, we got a little bit more light in here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add that there. At some point I should actually do back views for you. We don't have a lot of time to do these classes. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to draw that in there. We're going to add textures on the computer so we don't have to add them here. Okay, next is we're going to give an idea of the actual shoulder strap. So I'm going to do that. Okay, you can measure all this. I know more or less what it's going to look like, so I'm not bothering myself with it, but you definitely can measure. Okay, and then it has here a little triangle, as you can see, that is used for holding on to the buckle. Yeah, I know how to talk. Kind of fooled me. All right, here. So we're going to put the buckle in here. It's a sliding buckle. It's actually not bad quality for what it is. Okay. Nice metal sliding buckle. And then we're going to have our piece of extra webbing to make it adjustable. And then that's going to have a sign there. Okay, so next we're going to do is... All right, so let me see how they did this. Oh, I see how they did this. Okay, so it's just gonna go into a piece of webbing also with 2 rivets. Okay. Okay, so there you go. So that's pretty much our bag. I should have actually done this a little bit more in the middle of the page, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Once you scan it, it doesn't really matter. Okay, now because this is a semi-transparent thing, what I want to do is I'm going to add something that you usually don't need to add. You're going to add the interior kind of seams, just a hint of it, because it doesn't show that much. It's not completely transparent. You're just going to show that so that when you put it through, it becomes obvious that it is in fact a semi-transparent bag. Okay, so now we have our pencil sketch. Go on to our thicker marker. I'm going to use a Sharpie. Favorite cheap. Okay, get them anywhere. If you get a really fancy marker and you get used to it, the problem is that when you can't get it, you're stuck. You wind up using something else and you're like, I don't want to do. So if you use something that is readily available, like a Sharpie, you'll be able to find it anywhere, here in China, wherever. Probably find it more in China. Okay, here. And there we go. So now we're just going around. What we use here, okay, this marker's a little bit tired. Let me see if I have another one. Getting a little scratchy. Okay, hopefully this one, yeah, that one's nice and juicy. All right, and now we're going to go around. Now we're trying to make it, remember that this is a PVC. I'm actually going to put a piece of paper behind here because the tablecloth is giving me a hard time. But anyway, remember that this is the outer edge, so we want it to look thicker. That's why we're using a thicker, heavier marker. All right, so there. Okay, so going around everything that is hanging away from the bag, that is three-dimensional, like these shoulder straps, there. And obviously the contour of the bag. Any place that sticks out. The seams we will do, which do not stick out obviously, we will do with a fine line pen of your choosing. Just remember, if you use cheap ones, check to see if they streak or if they dry quickly, because you don't want a streaky looking sketch. That's really bad. Okay. Okay, so now, there. We're doing this way. And let's go around this way. Okay, this is that. Just a hint of the pocket on the other side. Okay. You can make it look crunchy, do it. You should practice just making lines. Now, whatever is easiest. If it's easier for you to draw one way or another, change the shape, the position of your bag, of your sketch, your paper. Okay, so next, I'm just going to put this on the bottom because I do want this to be flat. The bottom. Okay, you don't want it to look too crazy. Okay. Here, the top of the pocket, we want to make sure we distinguish because that definitely stands out. Okay. So next, I'm going to do the zipper pulls. Zipper pull, zipper pull. Okay. All right, we're good. Okay, so I'm looking. I think I got everything that we need in the heavy marker. The next thing we're going to use is fine line pen. This one is a precision. I usually use fine, not extra fine, just because I want it to scan well. So the next thing we're doing is we're going over details. Details everywhere. The only thing we really don't do as the details most of the time, not always, is textures. We don't want to put in textures because we can actually do that much easier on the computer. So, okay, just going over and there. You can add your top stitching either here or on the computer. You know what I'm just going to leave the top stitching off, and I'm going to try to put it, actually maybe I won't. All right. I personally like everything looking hand-drawn. That's just my thing. You can add top stitching on the computer, but I'm just doing it like this. This is the way I've always worked. Okay, but if you like the computer and you're good at it, sure, go ahead. All right, so maybe next time. All right. Okay, so now I'm just adding my top stitching. That's obviously going to be in the finer pen. All right, so you see now you have the idea of the pocket. Okay, so next, this does not have any top stitching on it because it's webbing. Okay, I made a mistake. I missed one spot here. This is the other edge of the shoulder strap. Very nice. Okay, so next, we got that. Okay, so now we're going to work on zippers. Zippers. You can actually also draw in your zipper on the computer. Some people like that. I don't see a benefit, but if you like it and you can do it quickly and it's not going to take away from your time in doing other product development like preparing spec sheets, sure, go ahead and make yourself a zipper on the computer. Okay. There we go. All right, so now got to do this zippers. I'm going to do all the zipper heads. Just get them done. It's like a little factory here. Zipper pull, zipper pull. Okay, here's another one. Okay. And remember, these are 3-dimensional, so they want to have a little side there. Okay, so next is, I'm going to do, I usually like doing this. I move my sketch around to accommodate my best drawing positions. Okay. All right. It also helps you go faster, at least me. I don't know. I'm talking about myself. Okay, so here we go. So, all right. Okay, so actually it goes down to there, there, and this goes underneath. Okay, so here we put our zipper teeth detail. Now again, this you could do it on the computer if you want. If you're good at it and you like doing it that way, please do. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of a slash marks here to indicate crunchy plastic. Okay, here go. So now we're going to do our front zip compartment. Usually good for keys. If you're a kid, it might put in some pencils in there. I don't know. Okay, this bag is just way too small for like a regular school bag, unless it's like for a kindergarten kid. I don't know what they would need anyway. Play-Doh, watercolors, finger paint. Okay. Yeah, I remember the first time we had a PTA meeting. Our child was in nursery school, and it was kind of funny. It's like, you know, if she really applies herself, she'll do so much better at finger painting. It's kind of funny. Okay, anyway. So here we go. We're having a nice time doing a kind of a fun bag. I think next week I'm going to try something different, like something really fun, like gloves. Gloves. Okay, here we go. Love the gloves. Okay, so here we go. We're almost ready to do okay, so we're here. Then we have this seam here, which is a little bit round there. Okay. Make sure I got all of my things right. Okay. All right, almost there. And once we're done with this, we will do erasing. Okay. My eyes are dripping for some reason. Probably allergies, as usual. Okay, the heat is on. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're done. Now, the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to do that kind of like ghostly little line here that indicates that you're in fact dealing with a semi-transparent piece of goods. Okay. So you want to just make it very faint. Okay, this looks like this pen is also dying on me, but whatever. Work with it. All right, there. Okay, ta-da. So now we're done with this. Now we just need our trusty eraser, pentel eraser. You can use a kneaded eraser, whatever works for you best. Okay, see, I missed the spot there, but that's okay. I'll fill it in a minute. Okay, so we get rid of our pencil marks, and we have ready a sketch that you can actually just put on a spec sheet. It has a lot of good information. It has gusset views. You might have to add details like bottom views and top views and handle details, but in general, this you could put it on as the first sketch for the spec. Okay, I just missed a spot here. I see some like grubbiness here. Okay, good. Now I forgot, this actually has one, let me see what this is. Yeah, it just got one seam here. So let's put that in there. Okay, we're done. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this class, and I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you hopefully next week to complete this. Okay, bye.